Hello, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Melissa Ratella, and I'm the Executive Officer of the Northern Councils Alliance. I'd like to commence by acknowledging the traditional owners of the many lands in which we gather today, and pay my respects to their elders past, present, and emerging. I'd also like to acknowledge our state and federal members of Parliament, state and federal government representatives, and key stakeholders who have joined us today. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to the launch of the report, Building Communities, Connecting People, Northern Horizons 2020. Northern Horizons 2020 was funded by the Northern Metropolitan Partnership and supported by the Northern Councils Alliance and Northlink, and is the result of many years of stakeholder engagement. The report identifies priority infrastructure projects that will generate the biggest return on investment that can help the North manage rapid population growth, economic and social recovery, and take advantage of new opportunities. So why is this important? Well, Melbourne's North is growing and changing, from our bustling, vibrant inner suburbs to our growing northern corridor and our beautiful bushland in between. Our diverse region comprises over 1 million people, with Victorian government data indicating an increase to just under 1.5 million in less than 17 years. Even noting the disruption brought on by COVID-19, the impacts of high population growth are projected to continue. Today, we will hear from a range of speakers from the North, and to begin, I am delighted to welcome the Minister for Suburban Development, Minister for Local Government, and Minister for Veterans, the Honourable Sean Lean.
Thank you, Melissa. I too would like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land, the Kulin Nation, and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. Thank also to the Northern Metropolitan Partnership for inviting me to be part of this great launch today. And can I also thank the Chair, Terry Larkins, and all the partnership members for the fantastic work that you are doing for Melbourne's North, and thank you in advance for the great work that you will do into the future. Can I also acknowledge and really thank the Honourable John Brumby, former Victorian Premier, of course, and currently the Chancellor of La Trobe Uni, for being part of the launch today. It's a shame we can't all be together in person. I'd love to catch up with John, as he is a ex-work colleague of mine. Suburban development and the metropolitan partnerships are all about understanding the needs of local communities and ensuring people have access to local jobs, services and infrastructure. Today, I'm pleased to publicly release the Northern Metropolitan Partnership's Northern Horizons report. 1 in 5 Melburnians live in Melbourne's North. This report is a terrific example of communities and stakeholders working together to agree on key investment and infrastructure opportunities in the short and medium and long term. The report focuses on building communities and connecting people and will help guide the economic and social recovery for the region. We know that recovery will be a major focus for all tiers of government. Our government is developing an economic and social recovery plan, and the metropolitan partnerships are at the forefront of the community-led recovery. The independent advice provided in this report is very timely, and as we are all working together for our economic recovery, living more locally and finding the new normal. So I thank you again for sharing what is a very important piece of work developed for the metropolitan region, and I'm really looking forward to working together with all the partnership and others to create real change for the North of Melbourne. So thank you once again.
Thank you, Minister. It is now my privilege to welcome the Honourable John Brumby. John Brumby is the Chancellor of La Trobe University, and along with being the former Premier and Treasurer of Victoria, was the member for Broadmeadows and is an active advocate for our region. Welcome, John Brumby.
Well, good morning. I'm delighted to be able to launch the Northern Horizons 2020 update, a 50-year infrastructure outlook for Melbourne's North. As well as my respective roles as Premier, Treasurer and a range of portfolios, I was, of course, the member for Broadmeadows for nearly 20 years and have lived on the north side of the CBD for many years also. I'm currently Chancellor of La Trobe University, which in many ways provides the educational heartbeat for the region. I've always been impressed with the way Melbourne's North has worked together as a region over the years to secure investments like the Melbourne wholesale market at Epping, the Melbourne North's food group, and a city deal with Melbourne's West, often on the back of well-researched documents such as Northern Horizons. The story of Melbourne's North, if you think about it, is one of huge economic transformation and transition. From the smokestack industries of the 1970s and 80s, Melbourne's North is indeed undergoing a transition to an economy based on advanced manufacturing, knowledge industries, and services. Many of us were concerned when Ford decided to cease manufacturing operations at Broadmeadows. But in many ways, however, the impact of this, while significant, has been cushioned by the growth of other industry sectors, such as food manufacturing, which is predicted to double output and add something like 7,000 jobs in Melbourne's North in the decade to 2024. The economies of Melbourne's North can lead in areas of advanced manufacturing, food and agricultural excellence, healthcare and education, to name just a few. But to achieve all of these goals, Melbourne's North will require significant investments in areas such as connectivity, public transport, roads, education, healthcare, and innovation to achieve our potential. Notwithstanding the effects of COVID-19, rapid population growth is also part of the story of Melbourne's North. Melbourne is one of the fastest growing cities of its size in the developed world. 1 in 5 Melburnians live in the city's northern region. We're talking about 1 million people. The COVID-19 shock aside, by 2036, the region's population is projected to be close to 1.5 million people, similar to Adelaide, and 500,000 more than in the region at present. These are big numbers anywhere in the developed world in terms of both absolute size and growth rate. The size of Melbourne's North and its rate of population growth imply a large and rapidly growing requirement for new and upgraded infrastructure and services, from the fast-growing fringe areas to the densifying inner suburbs. In a time of COVID-19, where jobs are the most valuable currency, infrastructure also provides great opportunities. Some of the projects spelled out in Northern Horizons are themselves major job generators. The $5 billion University City of the Future at La Trobe University will generate an estimated 20,000 jobs and add something like $3.5 billion to gross regional product over 10 years. The Epping Food Innovation Hub, adjacent to the Melbourne wholesale fruit, vegetable and flower market, will generate something like 10,000 jobs. The Broadmeadows revitalisation projects, with an estimated 1,500 jobs, and the proposed beverage intermodal freight terminal with something like 18,000 jobs. It's important to remember that these projects will be largely funded and built by the private sector, but government endorsement and infrastructure support will enable them to come on stream much more rapidly, boosting economic confidence and creating jobs. So these projects will be enabled, must be enabled, by connecting infrastructure, such as the suburban rail loop with a shorter term, fast bus solution connecting La Trobe University to Melbourne Airport and the eastern suburbs. The planned E6 Outer Metropolitan Ring Road, the completion of the Northern Regional Trails cycling and walking network, key outer north arterial road upgrades in line with population growth, and smaller projects such as diamond interchanges, railway station redevelopments, rail duplications and electrifications, more frequent bus links and so on, that will bring our suburbs and towns to life. Environment, health and well-being and livability have also been prioritised, with proposals for more open space in the inner north, enhancements to health, education and incubator facilities, and an acceleration of energy efficiency and renewables opportunities for businesses and residents. The report also finds that Melbourne's North is well positioned to help secure the country's supply chains via local manufacturing, given the region's strengths in this space, where we already have 3,600 existing manufacturers in the region. So we're not being parochial. In fact, we're being outwardly focused. In August, I took the opportunity to join with Melbourne's West, as represented by my former fellow Premier, Steve Bracks, and also Senate President, Scott Ryan, to propose a city deal covering both regions. The report was exceptionally well received. In short, public capital investment in Melbourne's north needs to increase to encourage more private sector investment. And we're asking governments to invest in what is a jobs and a growth story. Melbourne's northern region is an economic engine room for the state and the country, and its industry is supported by its location on Melbourne's freeway network with a direct route to strategic assets such as the Port of Melbourne, Melbourne Airport, the Melbourne wholesales market, connections to our knowledge-based infrastructure, including 2 world-class universities and 3 leading TAFEs, our high levels of capability around incubator networks and social enterprise, and as I said earlier, a diverse and highly skilled population. So, like any engine room, the wheels need to be oiled. And so we look forward to working with governments, federal, state, and local, to build a post-COVID future for our region and for the state. Thank you.
Thank you to our former Premier, the Honourable John Brumby, for your ongoing support. Most recently, Northern Horizons informed many of the North's priority projects that were launched as part of the recent North and West Melbourne City Deal Plan. Details of that proposal are available on the North and West Melbourne City Deal Plan website. It is now my pleasure to introduce the Chair of the Northern Metropolitan Partnership, Mr. Terry Larkins.
Good morning, and thank you, Melissa, for introducing me. I'd like to acknowledge the Minister for Suburban Development, Local Government and Veteran Affairs, the Honourable Sean Lee, and thank him for launching Northern Horizons report. Also like to thank and acknowledge the Honourable John Brumby, Chancellor, La Trobe University, for his work and also his previous commitments to the north of Melbourne. The steering group that prepared the report, headed by Dominic O'Sullivan, is to be congratulated on the outcome. It has been my pleasure to be chairman of the Northern Metropolitan Partnerships for the last 3 years, and I wish to thank the members of the partnership and the departmental support for the great work they've done. Today's launch is very exciting for all of us, including our partnership working with the Northern Councils and Northlink, which undertook the project. The report undertaken by NEAR, a leading economic group, provides a clear direction to understand what jobs, services and infrastructure are required today and into the future. Our partnership believes that this report and its recommendations will advise future recovery from COVID in our region and its ongoing development of the region. Actions on these recommendations will bring many benefits, driving productivity, growth and livability for Melbourne and the Victorian economies. At our transport event last month, community members and leaders in the north of Melbourne discussed how to improve community access, jobs, services and education, as well as cycling and walking. Many of the solutions to these questions are contained in the report. I would like to take the opportunity to briefly highlight some recommendations which are consistent with this advice. Firstly, advancing the planning and implementation and construction of the Beveridge Intermodal Freight Terminal that would ease traffic congestion and unlock thousands of job opportunities. Secondly, the expansion of the Melbourne market in Epping to deliver a food manufacturing and innovation precinct. Thirdly, making La Trobe University a Victorian Government priority precinct. And lastly, where health services are needed within a growing population, finalise a health precinct in the Hume Corridor. There are many other issues that could be taken up. However, in conclusion, I would like to thank the Partnership for its ongoing work with local organisations, the community and business in the Northern region. Thank you again, Minister Laird. I'm sure this report will be critical to the ways in which we can look forward to working together in the future, and I thank you.
Thank you, Terry. This plan that we are launching today had the input of stakeholders across the North. We'd like to share a snapshot of what this investment would mean to our region.
I'm really pleased that the Northern Horizons 2020 is being launched today. It is a detailed report, a detailed analysis, and it provides significant information for all of us in the Northern area and indeed government across the board. It identifies that there are a range of infrastructure projects that will deliver more jobs and greater livability to the Northern region. I again thank all of those that contributed to the report, and I look forward to the recommendations in the report, the funding that's required, and the things that are needed to make the Northern region even more livable than what it is today.
Naturally Good has been based in Melbourne's north since 1986, and we're excited by the proposed infrastructure plans to transform the food industry in Melbourne's north. With Melbourne's North Food Group establishing greater collaboration between food companies, the proposed creation of the Epping Food Hub to support both established and startups, improved transportation gateways and close access to Melbourne Airport, as a company, we believe these initiatives are set to further invigorate our sector and position us to evolve and become an advanced manufacturing food hub, increasing employment opportunities and producing quality food for Australia and the rest of the world.
Melbourne is one of the fastest growing cities of its size in the developed world. Indeed, 1 in 5 Melburnians live in the city's northern region, and Kangan Institute is proud to be providing our future leaders with the training and skills they'll need to take head on what the future may hold. Our offering extends to more than 100 courses in a range of critical trades and vocations, and we know that our students who live locally choose to study locally. Through vocational education and training, we will create opportunities for more than 11,000 students each year by 2025. That's why we believe Melbourne's north firing on all cylinders will be critical not only to the state's economic recovery from COVID-19 but beyond. Its growth and potential are there to be tapped. It deserves investment, and education, skills and training will be vital to our collective success. At Kangan, we are getting on with this investment by delivering a $5.58 million sustainable plumbing centre at our Broadmeadows campus that will meet current and future workforce needs, but we are also working in partnership with our key stakeholders across the north on a proposed $200 million campus redevelopment that will upgrade critical training facilities and create 3 new hubs focused on health and community, construction and trades, foundation and learning. There is no doubt that by working together hand in glove for the benefit of our region, Melbourne's north will continue to be the best place to live, work, raise a family and develop your vocational education and skills.
Hi, my name is Ahmed Hassan. I've always lived in Melbourne's north. Today I support Melbourne's north infrastructure launch. It comes with many benefits. I absolutely understand how important it is in creating stronger businesses and jobs for the upcoming generation.
La Trobe University is really enthusiastic about the Northern Horizons report. It's really good to see a compendium of work that summarises the importance of the North to the economy of Melbourne and provides opportunities and guidance for where investment is most needed for us all to contribute to the economic growth that's much needed in Melbourne and in Victoria. And La Trobe University is looking forward to working with government and all stakeholders to see how we can play a part in implementing Northern Horizons and benefiting the economy of the north of Melbourne, Victoria and Australia.
Melbourne's north is a brilliant place to live and work. Its vibrancy and diversity create such an incredible environment for individuals, families and businesses, providing an opportunity to be part of a larger community, a community that supports one another. The Northern Horizons report comes at a critical time for Melbourne's north. The North is facing a disproportionate impact as a result of COVID, and the Northern Horizon report provides us with a plan to assist us in our response. The report analysis leads us to a set of priorities that, with support, we can deliver to ensure the ongoing vitality of our region. Melbourne's North is a great community, and I welcome the opportunity the report provides, the opportunity to secure our future together.
Northern Horizons is going to give businesses like ours the opportunity to analyse the data and understand the drivers for growth within the Northern region and how that's actually going to be met with infrastructure needs and education needs, so that we can then develop our own people and provide them with the opportunities for growth and match the appetite for Australian made and Australian grown with the facilities that are being developed and the businesses that are being developed within the Northern region.
Melbourne's North is a growing region of Victoria. Opportunities abound here with jobs growth in priority industries such as health, food and fibre, construction and advanced manufacturing. And the future is bright for our diverse and vibrant communities. Melbourne Polytechnic is proud to continue to support our industries and community to build the skills and knowledge that strengthen our economy and support our communities to flourish. Offering relevant and future-focused education, Melbourne Polytechnic offers TAFE courses and higher education degrees that prepare our students to seize the opportunities today and into the future. Melbourne's North needs your investment to continue to grow and realise its potential. Your support for the development of infrastructure and resources will assist us to realise the economic opportunities in our region and contribute to strengthening the Victorian economy. In Melbourne's North, we are proud of each other's achievements and we work well together. Come join us to realise our prosperity and yours.
Northern Horizons is now available via the websites of both the Northern Metropolitan Partnership and Northlink. As a next step, you are all invited to join us in advocating for the ongoing needs of our region. By acting together, we can draw on our combined resources, experience and local knowledge to take action and fast-track initiatives that will provide for our communities and increase our state and our nation's productivity. This now concludes today's launch. On behalf of our project partners, I thank our speakers for their time and their tireless work as champions of Melbourne's North. I also acknowledge the work of all of our project partners in producing the report, and especially thank you for joining us today. I'll leave you now with the video highlighting the need for greater transport connectivity around the North. Please take care and stay safe.